What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and I will be your host for this week. Unfortunately, Shannon cannot make it, so I'm solo dolo for the remainder of the week. Please tune into yesterday's episode if you have not, where we talk about the Dish Network potentially paying ransomers and a lawsuit filed against them from the state of Colorado because they're being because they're showing signs of being unable to protect customer information. So definitely tune in for that one. Welcome to season 2. So I know I say that a lot. I think we're on episode, oh man, we'll mess this up. 10 maybe? I don't know. You'll see, it'll be in the thumbnail. But season 2, we have over 350 episodes now. We've been around for 3 years, so please continue to like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, your nerdy friends, your not nerdy friends. Just share with somebody, all right? So we can kind of broaden our base, and then we can be heard by more people, right? So we can share the platform, what we're trying to do with it, which is to promote and highlight people of color who are in the space. Cybersecurity is made up of maybe 9% people of color, which has grown, right? When I started the podcast, it was 7%. So we are definitely, we exist in this field, and we're definitely doing some high level things in those senior and C-suite positions as well. So without further ado, this episode is centered around an article I found on defense1.com. So this one is entitled Pentagon Outlines Upcoming Contractor Cybersecurity Plan. So expect a congressional mandated strategy by year's end, DoD CISO says. So this one was written by Lauren C. Williams. She's a senior editor over there on the 19th of May. We've been talking about CMMC for some time now. So for those of you who are uninitiated, so CMMC is the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. So Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. So it's now going into 2.0. It's how the government plans to protect its CUI. So what is CMMC? I should probably break that down to you as well. So the CMMC certification process is a process that's used to attest a company's ability to protect CUI. So as what is that? CUI is controlled unclassified information and data. So I am fresh out of the Air Force, right? So I think I retired 2 months ago now. That's crazy. And it was definitely a discussion of topic. We were starting to see, because it used to be all FOUO, right? For official use only, and then that definition kind of changed. And then we started to brand stuff CUI. So when I worked for, because I'm an IT guy, right? So we pass a lot of information back and forth. We have to make sure we protect that. We have to make sure our customers, so the people who are on base, who are sending information back and forth, understand what that information entails. So we do classified information protection classes, cybersecurity awareness challenges, like all that good stuff. What is starting to be pushed in the for the defense base, right? So for those contractors that support the DoD, they're going to have to start protecting that information better, because we see our near peers and not even our near peers, but we're starting to see prototypes of products and schematics and things of that nature, troop movements, all that data, right? So you take something that's unclassified, you get enough unclassified information, it becomes classified because bits and pieces can all be threaded together to give you a broader picture of what the government is trying to do, or what services they're trying to provide, or what the services they're trying to request, or products they're trying to build, right? Like, so I remember seeing a couple of years ago, China had something that looked a lot like an F-22 fighter jet, just based upon the information that they had siphoned from different vendors and through the DoD itself. And you can do a lot with unclassified information, right? So I'm not sure if that thing compares anywhere near an F-22, but it looks similar. So, you know, they're infringing on our IP. So, but the whole process is to make sure that all the vendors that support the DoD contractors, so on and so forth, are all protecting the information. So with that being said, CMMC has been around for a while now and is maturing, right? It's called a maturity model for a reason. They want to flip the switch and go to 2.0, which has a lot more controls within it, a lot more demands when it comes to attestation of the contracts and contract, or I'm sorry, of the contract companies. However, it has not stuck the landing yet. The line just seem to be moving, pushed forward. Like, okay, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. The companies aren't ready. Now it's getting to the point where you have to put up put up the product and make sure it's valid and ready, which the DoD is starting to do. Like, hey, we need you to do X, Y, and Z. Here are the controls. Make it happen. Even I took a class with the GRC Academy for CMMC 2.0 and FedRAMP. That gave me a lot of really good information, some of which I did not know. So it kind of made me a better assessor and consultant as well. However, this article is saying that they're finally gonna put their foot down. It's going to be this fall. So in it says, we are working on a strategy, a defense industry based cybersecurity strategy that we hope to have out later this year, says David McCowan, DoD's Chief Information Security Officer. He said this at the GovX Cyber Summit event on Thursday. So our strategy is bringing all the pieces and parts within the department together, laying it out, who's going to be doing what, and we overlay everything on top of the NIST cybersecurity framework. So the NIST, so for those of you who don't know what that is, definitely pretty important. So a lot of my assessments are based upon like NIST, CSF, the CIS, things of that nature. But I brought that up as well. So NIST is a quality standard that can be used to improve an organization's processes and products, but that focuses primarily on the maturity of security. So these two things go hand in hand, right? So NIST is the standard framework. So a lot of your assessments, for lack of a better term, because I'm in assessment mode right now. So assessing, auditing, assessor, all those descriptive words, right? That I've been using for the past couple of weeks while I build my own reports for my work. But I say all that to say, the NIST is the gold standard, right? So everything comes from that Bible of cybersecurity. So your ISO 27001s, your in this case CMMC and FedRAMP, your SOC 1, SOC 2, all that good stuff comes from the base of NIST. Is very robust, and it goes over the controls and all that good stuff. So what they're trying to say is that CMMC will be will go in concert with the NIST, right? So the NIST exists. These are the things that the company should be doing already, depending upon what sector they're in, whether it be high trust, if you're in medical, whether it be CSF, if you're doing something in IT, doesn't really matter. Like what we're saying is the NIST, some portion of the NIST is guidance that you should be following. And then on top of it, if you want to do work in the DoD industrial base, you want to be a contractor, or you want to be a contract company that picks up a contract from the government, you will need to be compliant with CMMC 2.0. And there's different levels depending on what type of information that you are storing and how long you need to store it and all that good stuff. So it is all coming, it is all coming to a head. So that's good news, right? So we've all been marching towards this goal to get to a point where we can support the government in some capacity. We all have to have that roadmap to get there. So once the government says, "Hey, this is what we'll be doing," then there will be a standard, right? There'll be something solidified. So right now, everybody's just trying to make sure that they're in line with it. But until the CMMC 2.0 standard is solidified, it's a moving target. So this is good news. Like I know there's a lot of people probably screaming at the podcast saying it's not a good move because it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of money. And I get that, right? I don't have any skin in that game. I don't own my own company. But what I can say is having a standard makes us better. And then we'll talk about it in the next episode. Like some already foreshadowing. You should listen to the next one. Having one standard is great. But if this does not go down, if it does not come to fruition, we can't find a golden standard to measure things against, then each state will start to decide their own fate. Each company will have their own attestation model, and then so on and so forth, right? It'll be chaos. So getting everybody to be on the same page is definitely a benefit to us all. So, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good article. Really, pretty much is just saying like, hey, the writing's on the wall. It's actually going to go down this year. So 2023 will be the year of CMMC 2.0. So in 2024, when I say, hey, we're still working on CMC, I will have to eat my words, but I do feel confident. Like, again, I took some training from the GRC Academy, who do not sponsor me, right? So I'm just saying it because I thought it was really good training. And I did learn a lot, and hopefully not much changes between now and the DoD saying, here is the standard, go forth and conquer, and then we'll continue to mature after that. So there'll be a 3.0 and so on and so forth in the future. So definitely continue to tune into the podcast. Again, I'm solo this whole week, so if you want to hear these golden pipes, definitely continue to tune in. Please like, share, subscribe, share with your nerdy friends. Again, we're trying to grow the podcast and just be out there for more people who either want to support people of color, who are people of color, or anything in between. We're trying to grow that 9% to be more in the industry than we currently are, and then just to have a voice in the industry as well. So continue to tune in. Go hit up all of the social media that goes by our name. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I am on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Stay safe, stay secure.